Yo, turn your radios down, turn your radios down. We're back with another reaction slash spoiler. This one is for The Chi, episode 3. Because, of course, I told you I'll be back this Sunday. So, it's Sunday, and I'm back. Okay, so, you're listening to Spit Ice, and you're listening to me on the show TV Everything. Hey guys, what's up? If you're here for the first time, or if you're back and you didn't subscribe, please hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Let's get my channel some views, some subscribers, some everything. Cause I'm brand new. You already know how that go. Anyway, so yeah, do that for me. Smash that subscribe button and come and be one of my subscribers so you can hear all the good spoilers and reactions. You already know. Okay, so The Chi, episode 3. I want to start off with talking about Keisha today because the past couple of episodes, I noticed that she didn't seem sad anymore. Here and there you kind of see it a little bit, but not really. It was more like not that she was over it, but it was better, and you didn't really see the sadness in her anymore. She was trying to be really happy, But last week, there was a point where she was talking to somebody she knew when she was working, and you could kind of see that she was sad, but I don't know if she was sad. You kind of don't know if she's sad because of what happened or she's sad because she's pregnant and her friend wasn't, and she feel like her life. I don't know. Anyway, so this episode, like at first it was kind of alright, but then when she was talking to Emmett and when Emmett walked away and she was looking at his son, you could just see the sadness, and they like you could hear what was going on when she was kidnapped or whatever. They played that little kind of like they made it real soft where you knew that's what she was what she was like flashbacking on as she was looking at Emmett's son. So that it was sad that she it's really sad that she's going through that, but I don't know. But later on in the show, like when her family was about to have dinner, she you see her in the room and she's like crying, like bawling her eyes out. It kind of took me back to last season, when she was super depressed. And who wouldn't be if that happened to you? Like like how would you be able to get that out your mind? I don't think you will ever be able to stop thinking about that. And she's about to give birth. She's like super pregnant with her rapist baby. So it's like, damn, how that's what she's gonna think about. How could you not? She's gonna think about that for a long time. It's gonna take her a long time to heal from that. So, I don't know. I just really wanted to start off with her because, I don't know. I kind of felt her pain today, So, yeah. All right. I kind of want to get off of her because I'm starting to feel a little sad. So, I'm going to get off of her. Okay. So, next, let's talk about Kevin. So, Kevin is he's I don't know. Wait, I feel like Kevin is a good boy. I don't care if he smoke weed or he whatever he do. I don't feel like anything he do is like a bad, like he makes him a bad person. And he just, every time he always showing how good he really is. Even when he was talking to his mother, and his mother was like pointing out, if you don't do this, your life is gonna be, be really hard and blah 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 or whatever. And he was just basically telling her, like, at the end of the day, Barack Obama didn't have a great life at first, and then he turned his life around. Then he pointed out Oprah didn't have the greatest life in the world, but look at her now. And his mother was basically like, but you're not these people. And he's like, well, why can't I be? Which is absolutely 100% true, right? Remember Judge Joe Brown? His story was, how he was not the greatest kid in the world, and to the point where he got sent to juvie or whatever happened to him or whatever, and he turned his life around and he became a judge. Now I don't know if he's a real judge or he's just a TV judge, and I don't even know if that matters. So if you guys is listening to me, write in the comments if that matter or not, whether you a TV judge versus a real, a judge that actually is in the courtroom, in the court building. Just let me know, because I don't really know if being a TV judge is really a fake thing. I don't really know. But the point that I'm trying to make is that he said that, he was one way and he turned his life around. And that was basically Kevin's point, right? That if I am, if I don't do great, that doesn't mean that my life is going to go to shit. And he's absolutely right about that. You don't know. The mother don't know. And actually, he don't know. He just want to, live his life. And whatever happens 20 years from now is basically what he said. Whatever happens 20 years from now, then that's what it is. And, I agree with him. Everybody go through something in life, and it's up to them to change their life. So, that just because they go through something when they're young don't mean that they ain't going to be the best thing in the world when they get older. So, it is what it is. But also he was going through, a situation with his girl again. Remember last week we got the whole situation where he felt smothered by his girl. And this week, I don't know if he felt smothered or if he just was like, over it. I kind of think he's over it, but I don't know. But I think that girl, like his girlfriend, don't understand that she's really pushy, in your face type situation. I don't know. But so basically Kevin and Jake had a suspension, a in-school suspension. Never heard of that one, but okay, maybe it's a thing now because, I don't know, because they done changed so much in the school system. Who knows? And they say, because they go to this fancy school, this is the way it is. So they got this in-school suspension, and the teacher, one of the I guess the teacher that gave them the suspension or whatever, I don't know. He basically saying, oh, I'm one of the good ones. You shouldn't have to, basically saying black people was, went through all this poverty and stuff for 400 years, and now they expect them to be a certain way, or blah, 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 or whatever the case may be. And that's exactly how Jake look at it, like blah, blah, blah. Nobody want to hear that shit. But anyway, so he was telling them, basically, I'll let y'all go free, but y'all have to write an essay for me, right? And of course, Kevin is like, all right, well, I'm going to write this essay because I just want to go free. And then we got the rebel, right? That's Jake talking about, I ain't writing that shit. I don't care if I have to stay here forever. I ain't writing that, right? So So, my point in saying that is that Kevin is he's the kind of person that like to follow the rules, and that's just who he is. And I kind of got that even from when the Shy first started. He that kind of person that he just like to follow whatever the grown up is telling him, and that's what happened with the police. The police told him to get on the floor, the ground, and that's exactly what he did. He shut up and got on the ground. So it is what it is. So he wrote this paper and he let his girlfriend see what he wrote, and she's like, this is a great paper, can you be on my show? Because I'm tired of talking to, like I'm tired of interviewing white people. I just want to, interview black people, someone black with a purpose. You know what I mean? And Kevin is like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to be on your show, blah, blah, blah. So, that, I don't know, like I'm pretty sure she was upset. And, she noticed how Kevin keep giving her the cold shoulder and stuff. So she seen Jake and she asked Jake, could you come to my show and be on my show or whatever? And he was, Jake being the rebel that he is, he's like, I ain't trying to talk, on nobody's show. I ain't trying to talk about nothing, whatever. And she's like, she's explaining to him, I just want, I would rather, someone, a black smart person to come and just, be there, talk, be on the show or whatever. So Jake did it, which was weird. I didn't think he would do it, but he did it. And, she was basically asking him questions, asking him how he felt about what happened. And he opened up and he was talking about what happened and how he felt about it. And, and I guess, I don't know if that brought them closer together. I'm not sure, but it just seemed funny. I don't know. I just got that funny vibe, like this girl's about to start trying to mess with Jake. And, from what Jake heard earlier from the guy that live in his house is like, white girls is for you to fuck and black girls is for you to marry. So, who knows if he took that to the heart. I don't know, because, they really didn't give us that information today. But I'm pretty sure they're going to give us that information next week on what's going on with Jake and that girl. So definitely looking forward to that piece, right? Kevin is, basically trying to understand why this girl is not hitting him back, because, he miss her. Ever since he seen them talking on the talk show, right? He like, I don't know. He miss her. He's texting her. She's not hitting him back. She leaving his texts on red, not saying nothing back. And, I'm pretty sure he's wondering what's going on, right? Talking about, I miss you. And she don't care. She not saying nothing. I think she's messing with Jake. I don't care what nobody say. I think she messing with him right now. But whatever, right? So, okay, let's move it on. Moving on. So, let's move on to Emmett. So, last week we was talking about how Emmett's wife, I was saying that I'm proud of her for, taking things into her own hand and stop being the dumb girl, right? Letting her boyfriend or her husband, or, at the time when he was cheating on her, he was her boyfriend. And she was just, getting hurt and being the hurt girl crying in the corner, right? So, I was kind of happy that she went out and, she did her thing with somebody that she wanted to do it with, right? So this week, right, she basically telling Emmett everything. Like, yep, I'm sleeping with this guy. And, yep, it was good. And yup, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to keep doing it. And Emmett is hurt, right? He don't understand why she's doing this. I don't understand why he don't understand. I'm pretty sure he get it, but he is nothing he could do about it. She's going to do whatever she want to do, and there's nothing he can say about it. And when he told Dominique, which is Lala, when he told Dominique, like, she's, having sex to, the one of her clients, Dominique is like, as she should, right? But she didn't say that, but I'm pretty sure, like, in her head, she's like, as she should. Because she already know that Emmett ain't shit, right? The whole thing of him and his girl going at it is because he slept with Dominique, right? So that's a thing right there. And I don't blame her. And she's saying that she don't have no female friends, and she figured that not Keisha. She figured that Emmett's girl was gonna be her friend, you know. Her, and I understand what she mean. Like, first of all, it's hard to be friends with females, but then when you do get a female friend, and is an actual real friend, you kind of, you be loyal. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what she's trying to do with Tiffany. And Tiffany is Emmett's wife name. So I feel like, she just trying to be loyal to Tiffany. She don't care about Emmett. Like, Emmett is not her friend. Emmett is her partner, not her friend. But she do want Tiffany to be her friend. So, and Tiffany is her partner too, but she wants Tiffany to be her friend, as well. And, I get it. It is what it is. Girl power, hello. All right. So, so Tiffany is basically telling Emmett, like, this is going on, and yup, and who cares, and yup, he do things better than you, and yup, so what? Right? So, towards the end of the show, she told Emmett, basically, she want an open marriage. She want to be able to sleep with whoever she want to sleep with, and he could do the same. He could sleep with whoever he want to sleep with. And you know what? I think that once he really starts sleeping with other people, she ain't going to like that. She is not going to like that shit. I already know she ain't. Like, she doing her right now and feeling all good and loving the fact that Emmett is hurt because of what she doing. But once he start doing his thing, she going to be hurt right all over again. Right? I don't know if that's true, but we'll see. If she's hurt, if she wound up being hurt because, he's doing him, all we could do is just wait for next week. We'll find out. We'll figure it out. Okay, so I want to talk about Emmett's mother. I really feel sorry for her. Last week we found out that she went to the doctor, and she found out she had cancer. And the doctor is basically saying that, they don't know what stage it's in, or whatever, but I think that was last week they were saying that, and then this week they basically saying, that it's in a bad stage or whatever, so she have to have chemo and do whatever she got to do, right? So she got her friend, the one that's married to Keisha's mother, to Keisha and Kevin's mother. She's helping her go through this, the best way she know how. Basically, holding her hand through it. But she Emmett's mother don't want her to tell her wife, because she feel like, her wife has a big mouth, and she doesn't want to deal with that. Like, it's really because her daughter is, really good friends with Emmett, and she doesn't want Emmett to find out from nobody else. Like, she wants to be the one to tell Emmett. And, I get it. I understand. So, so she goes to the party that Emmett and his wife is throwing. They basically was throwing a weed party. And, she went to the weed party and got fucked up. She was told to the flizzo. For real. she, they was just basically having an edible party, and I don't think she knew that there was edibles in the food. I don't know if she knew, but it doesn't matter at this point. She's told to the flizzo, right? And the person that helped her, basically helping her go home is the young guy, the masseuse guy, the young masseuse. And Emmett hates the fact that she messed with that guy. Like, he hated so much. And he was just basically telling her, like, come on, I could bring you home. And she's like, no, you don't have to. He has it. He'll bring me home. So, Emmett left it alone or whatever the case may be. But, yeah, she's definitely going, through it. She's just, I don't know. But she tried to tell Emmett, like, she tried to tell him. But he can't see past the fact that she messes with that younger guy. He's like, how you messing with him? He's like 2 years older than me. And how is that even possible? But, it is what it is. And she basically was telling him, like, I need to talk to you. And he walked out the door and she didn't want to hear nothing. So he's going to have to really get over that, because he's going to have to be there for his mother. You know what I mean? I feel like he's really going to have to be there for her. But, okay. Enough about her. Let's move on. So, let's move on to Douda, my baby daddy. Right, so Douda, he done defunded the police. And now the police is basically saying, okay, since you want to defund us, how about we not be there for you guys, period? We stop patrolling. How's that? Right? And Douda is like, whatever. If you, we don't need y'all. We could do this on our own. But I think he's over his head. He just don't know it yet. Right? It's crazy. So, he basically still trying to get with, the one that's supposed to be his baby mother. I don't know. I kind of, her name is Tracy. I kind of think it's weird that they act like this is the first time they together. Or, I don't know. I think that's really weird, because they still acting like that. They still acting like, this is their first time being, around each other and stuff like that. And she's still acting like she like him. He's still acting like he like her or whatever. And he done told her that instead of giving the money to, because he's saying that police spend $5 million, right? $5 million on whatever they need to spend it on. And he just took that from them. So he's going to give it to her, right? He's going to give her $5 million to do, basically to do whatever she want with it as far as the community goes, because she's a community activist. I think that's what she is, right? So he want to take it from the cops and give it to her, and feel like she could do better with it for the community. So she's like, you're really gonna give me this money? $5 million, that's a lot. What do you want me to do with that? I don't even know where I would start. And he's like, I trust you, do it. Here's the, if things go right, I will give you that money, and I, believe that you're going to do something good with it. Now, here comes Victor, right? We all know Victor is Jake's brother. So here he come. And, she's like, he's basically telling Douda, like, we can handle this ourselves, but we need a plan. There has to be a plan in place. If there's no plan, this is not going to work. And she's like, Tracy's like, yeah, we really do need a plan. So what are we going to do? And he's basically like, all right, so Victor, you could go. And Tracy's like, no. Let him stay, because he needs to be in this meeting, because I feel like, Tracy feel like that Victor could do some good, with the money as well. And when I say they, with the money. I don't mean like they're gonna get the money and, you know, just go and splurge. That's not the point. The point is to put it into the community, figure out how to police the communities themselves, get everybody together, you know, basically just help each other rather than kill each other. That's what they trying to do, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do it. Hello, we talking about Chicago, right? Chicago, people. We talking about Chicago. Yeah, it might work for 5 minutes, but that's about it, right? So they go. Tracy and Victor goes to, right, because as they telling the community, they at a community meeting, and as they telling them about the plan or whatever, they get a phone call, right, because they set up this thing, you know, so people could call in whenever they need help rather than call the police. So they get a phone call and they go out to this domestic violence situation. And, you know, they basically trying to defuse the situation. And they actually get it done. But he's basically saying, you know, I don't know how we're going to do this all the time. You know, or whatever. Like, he doesn't know how they, you know, they're going to be able to do this all the time. And that's actually what Duda's wife is saying, too. Like, how you gonna help a whole, you gonna police a whole state, right? But with only 100 people, like, you know, a couple of hundred people. And Victor is basically saying, we don't expect to do it for the whole Chicago, only for the black neighborhoods. But my thing is, I'm pretty sure it's a lot of black neighborhoods in Chicago, right? I'm not too sure. So if you know about Chicago, please comment in and let me know if it's, you know, a lot of black communities in Chicago, because I think it is. But I'm not sure because I'm not from Chicago, never been. So, you know, if you are from there, you let me know the situation in Chicago. And I know we just talking about a TV show, but at the end of the day, the TV show is about Chicago, right? So, okay. So, yeah, so I don't know. I guess they're going to have to figure it out because I feel like Rosalind makes sense. Rosalind is Candy, just in case y'all don't know, which is Duda's wife. I think she is speaking facts. Like, how could you think that this could work with just a few people? Like, it's not gonna work. But I don't know. Maybe they may make it work. At least I'm hoping they make it work. So, you know, we won't find out until the end, right? So, okay. Also, I want to talk about the end. So, you know, all this time, Duda and Tracy have this crazy chemistry, right? It's like crazy thick. So Duda, like, you know, I'm gonna go home now, and Tracy's like, well, can I come with you? Now, who gonna say no? Of course he's gonna say, yeah, come, let's go, right? So he told her, yeah, come on, let's go. So they go to his house and they start getting it popping, because at the end of the day, that's what they're gonna do, right? They didn't do it as soon as they got in the house, but at the end of the day, that's what they got into, right? They started getting it in. And as they getting it in, guess who walk in? Rosalind. Yep, his wife. She walks right in and put her bag down and stuff. And she's like, I guess I wasn't invited to this party, right? And, you know, they stopped, right? They stopped doing, not like they were scared or anything like that, because like I told you last week, he doesn't care about this lady. Like, that lady, he doesn't want to be with Rosalind, so it really don't matter. Rosalind know that, he know that, and Tracy knows that, right? Okay. So okay, that's that. And as they getting it in, they started, actually they stopped getting it in. And so Candy sits down and like, she like, don't stop, I like to watch, right? So, okay, so he's like, oh man, you know, oh God, let's not, whatever. And he stops. So Tracy, like, she just turns around and she grabs his hand and she's like, started kissing on him and stuff. Why stop? She said don't stop. She liked to watch. And obviously Tracy don't care. So she's like, all right, because this is what I want right now. So let's get it in. Let's get it popping. Let's get it on and popping. So that's exactly what they did. And this girl Candy sitting there like, yes. I know I'm stupid. Don't mind me. Yeah, so that's the way it was. And actually that's the way the show went off, with them getting it popping. Obviously they didn't show us that they was getting it popping, but you got the gist of what was going on. What we didn't see, but you knew what was going on, right? All right. So enough about Douda. I kind of want to interrupt and ask y'all to please hit that like button. Subscribe to my page if you new. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. To the channel. Okay, so I kind of want to move on to Victor's girlfriend, right? So first of all, Victor, we know from, I don't know if I mentioned last week that he has a friend from jail living in his house, right? So the friend from jail was living in there, and Victor's girlfriend doesn't like it. Her name is Imani. Imani doesn't like it. She don't want him there, right? And like I was saying last week, like I don't know what it is with her and Douda, but I don't know. It just seemed like maybe she was one of his workers or something. I'm not really too sure. From back in the day, I'm not really too sure, and that's what the connection is. But anyway, it's not like him and her didn't even react, have a part in this show today. But I brought it up because she's a hairdresser, right? She's a hairdresser, and I think Douda is the one that funds that hairdresser. So okay, so she gives the guy that works in, that lives in their house, the one from jail, she gives him a job. Because obviously his parole officer said that he needed a job in order for him to stay out of jail. So she gave him a job working in the salon. And he thinks that she's a full-blown woman, right? So this pimp brings one of his hoes in the shop, and to get her hair done. And you could tell that this girl is like super scared of this guy, right? It don't even look like she want to be a hoe. It don't look like she ever wanted to be that. It looked like he beat her into that. I don't know for a fact, but allegedly we're going to say. Isn't it weird? It's weird to say allegedly for a TV show. But anyway, we're going to say it anyway. So allegedly he be beating on her. I think he do anyway, because that's what pimps do. They beat their hoes, right? So, okay, so the girl, when he leaves, because he leaves with the guy that stays in the house, in Victor's house, right? He leaves with him and they go to the bar and they talk or whatever the case may be. And the pimp lets the guy know that Imani is not a woman. She's really a man, right? So he's like, what, all shocked and shit or whatever. So I think something is gonna happen there, but I don't know because they didn't show anything in this episode. So I guess we'll see later. Right, so back to Imani. So Imani is in the shop and she's basically washing the girl's hair, and she's like, don't worry, are you okay? Are you okay? And the girl is like, no, I'm not. The girl's shaking her head no, and crying and stuff. So Imani feels sorry for her. And I'm pretty sure it's because of what happened to her, Imani. I don't know her story. I don't know if they told it. I'm not sure, and I just forgot. I'm not sure. So So they told, Imani is basically trying to help her. So Imani's telling her friends, like, we got to help this girl. And her friends is like, no, we need to, like, really mind our business. Like, that's somebody else's business that we don't need to be in. So, what are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to help this girl and get our ass whooped at the same time? No. They don't want to do it. So they was like, won't you ask your man? Isn't your man big boy? Big Victor? They didn't say that. But I'm saying it, right? Her man is supposed to be this big dog, right? So she's, thinking like, okay, maybe. So so she asks Victor, could you help? Or whatever. So Victor's like, no, because that's none of my business. And she's like, well, if it's none of your business and you don't want to help because, like, what the hell? Like, why wouldn't you want to help? And he's like, they don't work for me. And, Imani's like, nobody work for you, right? You supposed to be this dude, but don't nobody work for you. Don't nobody, like, nothing. Like, what are you good for? Basically saying that, right? And, she didn't say that, but that's basically what she was saying. What are you good for? So, so he was basically like, I'm too tired for this shit. I can't deal with this shit. So she was like, matter of fact, you need to take this pillow and go take your ass and sleep on the couch, right? So that's exactly what he did, because at the end of the day, Imani rule, right? That's what it is. But I think she's gonna wind up helping the girl, because mind you, she's a bad bitch, Imani. Like, she really, do her thing. And we learned that from last season, right? She will grab a gun and go handle her business in a second. So I think that's what she's going to do. I think she's going to try to help that girl out, right? So yeah, so that was Imani's situation. And, I can't wait to see what's going to come for her, because I just really have a feeling that guy that lives in that house with them, I think he's shiesty. And I think now that he know that Imani is really a guy, he's gonna try to do something. I don't know what he's gonna do, but I feel like he's gonna really try to do something. So I don't know. Hopefully not, but whatever. I don't really know. Let's see. Who else? Who am I missing? I think I got everybody. Everybody that the show, was on this today. Everybody that was had a part that was something to talk about today, I think. Yeah, I think I got everybody. All right, so I guess this is it. Yo!